What's up, guys? This is Josh Hudson of We Talk Crypto. I'm a programmer by day, but crypto enthusiast by night. Today's topic in this video, we're going to be talking about hardware wallets, pretty much storing your crypto funds in cold storage offline to keep them as safe as possible, and why that's pretty much the only method to do so in 2018, at least for long-term hodlers and investors. I'd first like to start off by saying that, we're here right now. This is exciting. 2018, cryptocurrencies are blowing up. It's starting to get mainstream. All your friends are talking about it. Your parents are maybe even talking about it. Maybe even your grandma's talking about it. But there's a group of people who are really talking about it, and those are hackers. Now, these guys are getting smarter and smarter, and they're finding more and more creative ways to steal your precious hard-earned money that you convert into cryptocurrencies, and we don't want that happening, right? So there are a number of things lately in the media that has the crypto world in fear, uncertainty, and doubt. FUD. Some of them can be exchanges and regulations, but one I'd like to focus on really recently has been the security. Security has been a big issue for cryptocurrency ever since it started growing, ever since Bitcoin came out, 2011. We first saw the hack on the Mt. Gox exchange, where $450 million of Bitcoin was lost. So that's on the exchange level. We've seen a couple of major exchanges been hacked ever since. We've seen ICOs get hacked. Now the hackers are coming for individuals, right? They're coming for your computer. So the most recent one was the Intel and AMD chip hack. And these chips are pretty much in every computer that we have today, right? So if you have a device with an Intel or AMD chip in it, chances are it's susceptible to be hacked. Now with things like this, a hacker can pretty much see the memory leaking from your computer with these chips, which has information such as phone numbers, text messages, your emails, all of your passwords. If you store them on your computer, hackers can see this. I wanted to draw attention to this because I think this is something that's so under the radar that people may take for granted. We have these amazing cryptocurrencies, and we're storing our private keys on exchanges. We're storing them on computers that touch the internet. I don't think we're really taking the best measures we can to really safeguard our cryptocurrencies. At least that's what I'm seeing. Most people I talk to are saying, my money's on Coinbase, or my money has been on my Ether wallet online. So this is why I wanted to bring to attention. And I'm going to pretty much go over why, if you're at least a long-term hodler, it's best to store your currencies offline. So I'm going to start with exchanges. Number one, exchanges are places that are commonly very susceptible to a number of things, not only hackers. So you got network congestion. If an exchange like Binance is being utilized like crazy, it can be hard to access your fund. That happened when I was trying to access IOTA. I know a desktop wallet was being upgraded, but there was so much congestion that Binance network couldn't handle it, and people couldn't withdraw funds. So that's one thing about storing your funds on an exchange rather than offline cold storage. The next one is governments can regulate centralized exchanges because all of them have a form of KYC requirements. That stands for Know Your Customer. So governments could come in at any time, go to an exchange, and be like, we are finding that a number of people are not reporting their taxes on the trades that they're doing with your exchange, so we're going to have to slow down your business operations. And that can make it hard to access your funds, and that's something that's really fair game. And these private keys of your funds are stored on the exchange's DNS, their online servers, which is a big honeypot for hackers to hack if they're able to, if they have the resources to do. Now we take for granted that yes, most of these exchanges are really secure. They invest heavily on their security, but hackers are just getting smarter. They're finding new ways. They will never quit. They have a lot of time, and they also have resources. And there's going to come a point where the technology creating these exchanges won't be good enough to outsmart these hackers, at least until decentralized exchanges come. But until then, we have to rely on these centralized exchanges. So that's a method of storage that has flaws that can be exploited if precautions aren't taken. Exchanges. Now we're going to move on to warm storage or desktop wallets. Desktop wallets are pretty much software applications that run on your desktop that allow you to store crypto funds. They can send and receive transactions, and they are stored on your desktop. The thing with this is, in light of the recent hacks, like let's say the Intel chips, where they had the meltdown and Spectre hacks, those are flaws that can expose a computer's hard drive, a computer's information, especially if it's on the internet, if it's online, if you're in a public Wi-Fi. Maybe your cell phones also can. Your cell phone, by the way, can also include as a desktop wallet. It's basically a wallet on a device that touches the internet. And these wallets, as long as they touch the internet, as long as you're in a Wi-Fi, or maybe if you have a VPN, I'm not too sure about VPNs, but if you are in a Wi-Fi network and your connection's not private, people can see what's going on in your Wi-Fi. But Wi-Fi, whether public or personal, is always susceptible to hacks. So that's another method of storage where it's safer than exchanges, but it still has its flaws that are exploitable. The next one we're going over would be paper wallets. Paper wallets are wallets that you create that are printed on a piece of paper. So your private key, your address, your QR code, all of that is printed on a piece of paper. It's not on the internet, it's just the wallet that holds your funds. Now that's a great method of storage, right? Offline. But the only problem is, to access the actual software of your funds, you need to use the wallet on the paper, and you need to give your private key to your computer, which if it touches the internet, then it pretty much defeats the purpose of it being code storage offline on paper. So then there's the flaw with that. So this leaves us with one last option, and the last option, well, there's two of them, but I'm going to explain the difference between two of them as I go along, is the hardware wallet. The hardware wallets, Trezor, Ledger. I have a Trezor, love this thing. I'll get more into it, but the hardware wallets are pretty much the safest you can get long term in 2018. I think it's the only way to store long-term cryptocurrencies that you have. If you have investments that you don't want to touch for, I'd say, more than 6 months, then this would be a place to store your funds. Hardware wallets have a few features that are advantageous compared to some of the other things I've just mentioned, exchanges, code, paper wallets. At least for the Trezor, I'd like to start off saying that it has password management system. You need a PIN to get into this wallet, and you need a recovery seed when you're first setting it up. But in the event that you lose it, this seed will save your funds because it's on the blockchain. It's not technically on the wallet. So if I were to lose this, or this got destroyed, I would just buy another Trezor, and it would have all of my funds on it as long as I had the PIN and recovery seed, which I have also stored on a flash drive, offline, and code storage, not touching any computer. The other thing is, when you plug this in, you're plugging it in, say it's a Ledger, Trezor, Keep Key, whatever it is, you're plugging it into your computer, and it's not giving your computer the private key. It'll never touch the internet. This is just staying offline on your Trezor. So that's another thing that's beneficial. And this is comparable in price to the other offline storage method, which is to use a computer that doesn't touch the internet, or to use a hard drive that doesn't touch the internet. A hard drive or an offline computer would probably cost you around the same as this, if not definitely more than. But then you have to go to the process of configuring the software to hold the wallets yourself. Because if you use the computer that's offline, you still have to get the software on it for whatever wallet you're going to use. You still have to send funds to it. You sending those funds to that address is always tracked on the blockchain, so people can see that, unless you're using, I guess, a privacy coin. So people can see that. You also have to download the software. You're most likely going to have to go online one time to at least download the software unless there's some way else you have to transport it there. Now, if you're doing it on a hard drive, the hard drive is just most likely storing your private keys and stuff and is offline, which is fine, but you have to give those keys back to a computer that touches the internet at some point to see your funds. So this hardware wallet is comparable in price, and it's easier to configure. I mean, why use another offline computer or storage method when you can buy a device like this that's built for storing keys and addresses that you need? It has all of that in this, and it's so easy to use. It's so small, it's so easy to carry, it's easy to keep track of, and it's a cool little design. It has a cool screen. You know, I have a little Albert Einstein screensaver on this. It's neat, and they have all these leather cases for it, which is pretty cool too. Am I some guy trying to hype up, you know, Trezor, trying to get you to buy, blah blah blah? No, I am an affiliate though. I do have an affiliate link with them. It is in the description, but no, that's not what I'm really trying to do. It's really important that you guys store your funds in a device like this, at least if you're a long-term holder or investor. I know how I would feel if I worked so hard, put all my money into this, and then a hacker just took it from me, and then there's something I could have done about it. I'd be devastated, and I know it would be hard for me to come back for that. I probably may not invest again, and I don't want that to happen to to guys like you, to crypto enthusiasts like yourselves, people, you know, working hard to try to get into this, you know, obviously build wealth. So I think this is the way to go, guys. I mean, go out and get yourself one of these. Trezor is like a little bit out of it may be $80 to $90, and plus shipping could be $100, but it's worth it. The Ledger I know is cheaper. It's around $65. That's a really good start out price. You know, if you're short on cash, that's a really good wallet, and a lot of people use it. Thing about this, you can also store a lot of ERC20 tokens, which a large percentage of tokens out there are built on the Ethereum blockchain. I'd say maybe 65% of all tokens out there are ERC20. These hardware wallets, at least Trezor, anything that's compatible with my Ether wallet, can store ERC20 tokens, Ethereum blockchain based tokens. So that's a lot right there, and I have a lot of ERC20 tokens in here, as well as some other top coins, NEM, Litecoin. IOTA's coming out with integration soon, can't wait for that. But this is adopting a lot of coins. I know not all of them are out there, but I would say at least 70% of my portfolio is in here. Another 15% may be on an exchange, and I say another 15 would be on a desktop wallet somewhere, only because they don't have it integrated in the Trezor, and that's what I have to go with now. But if I could, I keep everything in here. So what am I saying to you guys? Go out there, get one of those wallets, keep your crypto safe, stay away from the hackers, try to do everything to safeguard your investments, please. So if there's another storage method, or there's something in my facts that, you know, you guys found that doesn't make sense to you, or you found fault with it, please, like, correct me. I want to get the best facts I can for you guys. So correct in the comments if there is, or if you think there's better storage methods. I want to hear what you think, so please put it in the comments. If you found what I thought was helpful, please feel free to hit the like button, and please leave me a subscribe. Be coming out with more content to help you guys make the best informed decision. Thanks a lot, guys. Thanks for watching. Appreciate it.